As easy as it is to call football a way of life in this state, that saying takes on a different meaning for this San Antonio community. Welcome to the corner of Iowa and New Braunfels on the city's inner east side, Pittman-Sullivan Park, where wins and losses aren't measured on the scoreboard.
There's a lot of gang involvement and stuff, so we try to bring these kids in so we could teach them something better.
Jerry Gonzalez is in charge of the different age groups within the Raiders organization in the San Antonio Youth Football League. 2 years ago, because of costs, the Raiders were on the brink of disbanding when Gonzalez says divine intervention kicked in.
It was like an angel sent from heaven, and my prayers were answered.
In this proud land we grew up strong.
Arms of Hope, a Christian care nonprofit, stepped in to cover the costs the Raiders needed to survive. Focused on aiding children in single-parent families, Arms of Hope volunteered to pay most of the registration and equipment fees necessary to field the team.
We're going to meet the kids where they are, and their outlet is sports.
Gives them a challenge that they never thought they could do. These kids are always, no, we can't afford it, son. You can't join football. Football's too expensive. By them showing me that there's hope out there, I was able to show that to the kids. That, they come to me and they say they didn't let me play in another team because they say I'm not talented enough. I take those kids and make them into talented student athletes, because school does come first.
Don't give up.
That's a big reason Arms of Hope came to the rescue of this nearly 20-year-old Raiders organization. The lessons extend well beyond football and well beyond the kids.
Getting them to be able to understand the hard work that it takes, the commitment that it takes. Well, when we got involved and we started our outreach part and we started working with these kids, we wanted them to know and understand, we are bringing you hope.
With the things that we do with the kids, the parents pick it up. And they say, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have my hopes to get the job that I'm in. I wouldn't have been able to pursue with my life, start thinking high expectations instead of always thinking low expectations. Take all that negativity away and put in positive.
Gonzalez calls the 150-plus kids in his organization his adopted sons. One in particular holds a special place in his heart. 12-year-old Tarek Gonzalez has been playing with the Raiders for half his life. Like many of his teammates, Tarek comes from a humble background, beginning at birth, when his mom's job as a truck driver prevented her from giving him the necessary care and attention.
Don't give up.
He was left with us, and I knew he had to go to school and all that. So, I had to take up the role of being his dad. His dad wasn't nowhere around to be found.
My grandpa, he just done all the basics through it.
As Tarek grew, so did his love for football. And when he couldn't find a team to play for some 6 years ago, there were the Raiders, happy to welcome him to their family.
Tarek was real shy and timid. He didn't trust adults, just his grandpa. His grandpa would always have to be with him. Then he started breaking out of the shell.
Do you look at it as a chance to help you become a better person?
Yes. It helps you stay out of the streets, do your schoolwork, stay in school.
How big a part do you think football has been in his upbringing?
Well, right now is everything. He's everything this year. As soon as he's put foot on that field out there.
How important is that for you guys to have your team sponsored like that?
It's a big thing.
Why?
Because it brings us out more, kind of shows that we're a team.
Don't give up.
It's a total team effort. Together, the Raiders and Arms of Hope have formed a path forward, one that goes well beyond the playing field.
We want to teach you what it's going to take in life, because the sports, that's not really going to carry you long term. But your academics, your education, the respect, all of the character traits, that's what we want to instill. And just those values, the family values, that's what's going to carry them.
Personally, My grandson's got a future. You know, he won't be out on the streets trying to make ends meet.
Even the parents would come up to me and say, if it wasn't for this organization, I don't know where my kid would be or where I would be.
I'm sure that's what every grandparent wants, you know, for their grandson to have the best of anything.
As another season winds down, it's natural to think about next year. Around here, it's all about the next stage of life.
We're committed to the program, we're committed to these families, and we're committed to these kids. And we want to let them know that there's a plan for their future and we want to be involved in it.
We want that kid to bloom. We want that kid to grow and say, Arms of Hope gave me that chance. Whenever they grow up and they hear that name, they'll be like, oh, that's the sponsor that gave me a chance to be who I am now. And that's what I want to see when these kids are crossing the stage and they come back to me and say, because of you, this is my diploma.
There's a place where we